Let me show you how I made these beautiful birds of paradise leaves. I'm using a die, not one that I made, one that the person behind me that you see on the power hammer made. And I'm just going to create a groove that goes straight down this leaf. I am not going to the full depth right now, so I'm going to kind of walk it along so that I can get really centered, and if I mess up, I can go back without committing to that press. So now when I get to the end and I know that I'm centered, then I can go to the full depth. And I go back and I make sure that I have a good impression all throughout the leaf. Now I'm going to try to open it up. The fly press is kind of holding it in place. You can see the wedge-shaped die that I used, and there's a V block that I pressed into. So I open it up so that I can get it under the power hammer. This is the Little Giant. It is a mechanical hammer. Mechanical hammers are interesting because you can control the speed. So whereas the speed is constant with a self-contained air hammer, it can be adjusted by the depth of your press with a mechanical hammer. These were originally made to sharpen plowshares, I've been told. And they have this cage here because of that spring there. So you see the flywheel, and then there's a big spring right under the flywheel, and those springs sometimes explode or fail explosively. Alright, I'm going to clean up the tip of the leaf with a hand hammer so I can get smaller grooves. And then I'm going to go over to my hardy hole. I've got a tool there, which is a little half round groove, and I'm going to hammer into that groove to shape the leaf. And I do this with a smaller groove with my serrated leaves, the little rose leaves that I make, and sometimes I'll just open up the vise and I'll hit in the groove between the two jaws of the vise. So there you go, there's the finished result. I'm so happy with these. I'm really excited to see a bunch of them on a new railing.